Hi everyone, welcome to ECON 220W Summer Term 2021 edition. In this presentation I'm going to make an overall overview of the course, who is going to be teaching the course, how the grading scheme is going to work, how the workflow is going to work, and so on and so forth. So, let's start with the instructors. There are two instructors, CPD Photovatien and Thomas Vigier. I am the second one, Thomas Vigier. It's a French name, I'm French. The easiest way to pronounce my name would probably to think about those blue cables you put in your computer to have your computers on different screens. VGA cable, that's the closest way to pronounce my name. CPD is going to be teaching the second lecture of the week, whereas I will be teaching the first lecture of the week. These are our email addresses, and feel free to contact us anytime. We usually reply pretty fast. Is this course difficult? No. As long as you stay up to date, it won't be a problem. The difficulty comes from the amount of things we are going to cover. We are going to cover a bunch of different concepts, and you will always have some assignments to do here and there. As long as you stay up to date and you provide constant output, as long as you constantly put effort into the assignments, into watching the lectures and so on, no problem. The point of this course anyway is to improve your English expression, whether it's written or oral, in particular in the field of economics. So, the more you practice, the better you're going to get. And towards the end of the semester, we won't be as lenient as at the beginning of the semester regarding the syntax, the grammar, and so on and so forth. We will expect you to make enough progress so that by the end of the semester, you can provide a decent analysis of an economic issue. Tutors? Not recommended. This course does not require you to solve exercises. Rather, it will ask you to provide a regular amount of work in terms of assignments and watching lectures or reading editorial pieces. Those things are things you're going to need for your career anyway. So why not start now? The earlier you start, the better you're going to get, the faster you're going to get good, and the easier the rest of the courses are going to be. There are no shortcuts to being good at it. Practice is the only way. Practice makes perfect. And consistency is key. We are here to support you if you need help. CPD and I will be assisted by two teaching assistants, Sonia and Angelina. They both have worked with us before for this course. They are very professional. They give very good quality feedback. Do not hesitate to contact them as well if you need. So, the course will be organized as follows. Lectures are taught synchronously via Zoom, so they are taught live. See the Zoom section on Canvas for the lectures and office hour schedule. There is one lecture on Monday. That's going to be me teaching the lecture. And there's going to be a lecture on Wednesday taught by CPD. My lectures are recorded every time. So I teach them live, but I also record them and post them on YouTube. They will be made available on Canvas as well. And thanks to YouTube, there will be captions and subtitles available, which is, I think, a huge help given my thick accent and given that sometimes my English could be pretty broken. There are also two tutorials in this course. One tutorial that is supposed to be taught by me or my TAs, and a tutorial taught by CPD's TAs. In the case of my tutorial, there won't be any live tutorial. I will record the tutorial every week and I will post it on Canvas. The second tutorial that happens after the second lecture on Wednesdays will be the one you need to attend. The TAs will be teaching that tutorial. They will give you feedbacks on your assignments and so on and so forth. At Attendance to my lectures is not required. Since I record all the lectures, you can always watch them later. You won't miss a piece. Attendance will be required for participation and assignment grades. Assignments and participation will be graded on the basis of Sepideh's part. So the second lecture and the second tutorial of the week. You can ask her for more details. There are 2 statutory holidays in this semester. 2 Mondays. May 24th, which is in 2 weeks, and August 2nd. There won't be any class on either of those dates, but don't skip on studying. And chances are you will have an assignment to do anyway. Quick note about the language. Most of us are international students, and I include myself in the mix. I graduated 1 year ago from SFU, so I still consider myself an international student. English is not my first language, so I might make mistakes. Feel free to correct me through the chat on Zoom, or you can send me an email asking me if I can slow down, if I can try to speak better during lectures. I will try as much as I can. I need to improve. Everybody does. It also means that I require you guys to be clear when you ask questions to me or the TAs. After all, SFU delivers a degree in an English-speaking country, so you are required a minimum level of English. And that will be required when you write us emails as well. As part of the course, we expect a minimum of courtesy, conciseness, and grammar. Knowing our names is a minimal requirement. If you're not sure about our names, look it up. Go to the syllabus, go to this lecture, go to the slides, and so on. If you're not sure about emails, you can check email templates online, but typically you start with something like hello, hi, dear, good morning, I don't know. And then you can put the name. You don't need to call me doctor. You can just call me Thomas. You don't need to call me professor either. But if you write my name, please write my name correctly. Usually you can send emails, end emails with a usual formula, something like best regards, have a good day, and then sign with your name. Please use your full name and include your student number in all of your communication with us. If you are asked to look at your work, it is a pain to look for a name which is not in the roster. So don't give us your English name. I know that many students have an English name. It does not help us. If you want to talk via, let's say, Zoom or something during office hours, you can tell us your English name if you prefer us to use your English name. But for administrative purposes, your full name is being recorded on your record. So please give us your full name and your student ID, your student number. We expect you to write our names correctly if you write us emails, and we are making all the efforts to address you in the correct manner as well. Okay? It's a two-way street. We are being respectful to you, so be respectful to us. In the past, I have received emails with a terrible format where I could not even understand what the email was about because the English was broken. If you are recording something from us, let's say you want us to look at your grades or look at some of your past work and so on, then we expect you to be clear in your request. If you're not, I could just say, I don't understand what you're saying. Write another email. But I will not make too much effort to understand what you're asking me. Same way, if you're not addressing us the appropriate way, we might not answer your emails. We receive emails, so we answer them. Don't worry about that. So if we don't answer you, it could be that maybe there is something in the format of your email. Sometimes I just answer and say, I do not answer an email like this. So if you send me another email like that, I won't answer. Be warned. Okay? This is also a good habit to get for the labor market. If you have to send an email to a coworker or to your manager or your boss, you will be expected and required a minimum amount of politeness and conciseness in your emails. You do not want to write an email to your boss with 1,000 words just to ask one single question. You want to be concise, straight to the point, and give all the details that we need to know to handle your request. The grading scheme. There will be a midterm exam that accounts for 15% of the final grade. The dates will be announced soon. There will be a final exam as well that accounts for 15%. The format of the midterm and the final will be announced soon. There will be 6 written assignments in this course. In fact, 1 or 2 of them will not be written, they will be oral. They will require you to record yourself. They each account for 10% of the final grade. And there is a participation grade that accounts for 10% regarding CEPID's part. She will tell you more about that. Note that any late or lack of submission of the written assignments or upload of a video or of a recording gets a 0. If someone cannot attend the midterm exam, an official justification must be provided within a week after the midterm. You have a week. It's a university policy. The midterm weight will then be shifted to the final exam. So the final exam will represent 30% of the final grade. Letter grades are based on the ECON undergraduate grading guidelines. This here is a link. You can click on it. So do not expect a B+ if your overall grade is 75% in the course. Do not rest if you think that you have a good enough grade to pass the course and get the grade you want. 75% could correspond to a C- if the rest of the class is just having at least 80% in the course. What that means is you need to aim for 100% at each assessment. Okay? There shouldn't be any strategy regarding, oh, if I get 10 at this assignment, how do I get an A in the course? I will not answer this question anyway, because I do not know the answer to it. I only look at the distribution at the very end. First, I just compute. We just gather all the grades between assignments, midterm, and final, and participation. So, aim for 100% at each assessment. That's the only way to make sure you're going to do well in the course. A remark about grading. TAs and instructors, CEPID and I, have full discretion regarding presentation when writing exams or the assignments. It includes graph labels, English grammar, presentation of the results, and so on. Whatever you're asked to do, we require you to have a minimum of presentation. We can deduct marks for answers that are too hard to understand, poorly written, unclear, messy. You are supposed to show us your answers. We're not supposed to look for them. So when you write your exam and assignments, think of it as writing a report for your boss. If you write a report, you give it to your boss and your boss cannot understand what's going on, your boss is going to say, I'm not going to read this. You have another day, provide me something better. Same thing here. It is your responsibility to make things clear. It is not our job to look for your answers. It is your job to show us your answers. Okay? It is also a good habit to get for the labor market. Quick word about cheating. Cheating is unacceptable in any form. That includes plagiarism and impersonation. It will be heavily punished. At the university level, the consequences can be big. At the course level, it's an immediate fail. It's an F. But sometimes at the university level, that can mean being expelled from the university and losing all of the credits you acquired so far. The procedure is very simple. It consists in filing a report that takes less than 5 minutes. I have done it before. CEPID as well. It's very straightforward, so I strongly advise against any cheating attempt. In particular because courses are being taught remotely, we are being very, very strict on any form of cheating. This course is meant for you guys to improve in general. If your English expression improves, it's going to be a great asset once you graduate, or it's going to be a good asset for other courses. After all, there is another writing intensive course you have to take, ECON 355W. So I strongly suggest you to invest time in this course, to be serious, to come to office hours if there is something you don't understand, to make sure your assignments are uploaded on time, to make sure you understand the feedback and ask for more if you need, so that you can improve. We are expecting you guys to improve over the semester. So we are expecting your last assignment to be way better in terms of expression quality than your first. So we are not going to be as lenient for the last assignments as we are going to be for the first. Remember that as well. How to study for this course? I will cover many concept definitions. In fact, this is my part of the course. I will teach the econ content. Sepide will teach the expression content, how to write a specific type of essay, a reading response, how to an open editorial piece, how to analyze a graph, and so on. I will teach the pure economic theory, which means I will go over concepts whose definitions you need to know by heart. You might be asked to define a certain concept in an assignment or during the exams. Attend the lectures, watch the recordings, take notes to complete the slides. The best way to study for my course would be to be on Zoom or to watch the recording. On the side, to have the slides, which I will post on Canvas, and to make notes on the slides. It's a PDF. There is an option that allows you to make sticky notes where you can add anecdotes, things I am talking about, things I talk about on top of the concept. Work hard on every assignment. Use all the feedback you can. Ask for more if you want more. Okay? Our job is to help you improve your overall English expression in the economics field in particular, but that will generalize to any field. This will change your profile dramatically. Having a job interview with an applicant who speaks very decent English is going to be very different from having a job interview with an applicant that has a broken English. If you need to interact with a coworker and work in a team, which most jobs are like for economics graduate students, being able to speak clearly, understand what you are being asked, and answer in a concise and correct manner will have a huge impact on your success. I strongly encourage you to spend time, invest time in this course. I will go over the following concepts. The first lecture is going to be pre-recorded, and I will upload it on Canvas. It will be a review of competitive markets. It will be a review of Econ 2.1 pretty much, and even 103. Then I will talk about monopolies, then price discrimination. Then I will shift the focus and go to public economics with the study of externalities in public goods. Then I'll talk about labor economics, the labor market being a very special type of market. I will go back to public economics with taxation, the role of taxation, the role of governments, why do they tax, how they can do so, does it harm consumers, to which extent, and so on. What type of taxation, income tax, commodity tax, payroll tax, and so on. Then I'll shift the focus again and go through international trade. I'll talk about quickly trade patterns between countries, why a country exports, why it imports, how does the international trade flow work, and so on. There will be a lot to cover in this chapter, but I will just give you a quick overview of what the field is about. And finally, I will go through adverse selection and moral hazard, two subsections of the more general chapter that asymmetric information represents. The point of my teachings is that you will have foundations in each of those fields so that you can read papers and blog posts or maybe the news about each of those fields and understand what they mean by certain words and so on. Also, the point of teaching you this concept is that a lot of them are going to be covered at the 300 level. There are many electives. There is a labor economics elective. There is an international trade elective. There is a public economics elective. There is a course you will have to take, ECON 302, that is going to go over adverse selection, moral hazard, monopoly, prior discrimination. There is an industrial organization elective, which is about studying industries. So we go over monopoly, prior discrimination, advertising, and things like that. So I also want to give you a brief exposition to all of these topics so that maybe you know which ones you would be interested in for once you have to pick electives at the 300 level. So none of these things will be wasted because chances are you will go through at least half of these concepts again in an elective. Is this class useful? I hope that I already made a case that it is. If not, let me give you a couple more arguments. So we'll broadly cover different economic topics so that you can handle a wide range of content and build an argument for very different issues. So whether you're going to work whether you're going to work for the government or for a private firm and so on in the future, knowing those keywords, being able to analyze those issues will be a very good skill to have. I already mentioned this, but each topic is covered more specifically in a 300 level course. So this will serve as an introduction and as an appetizer so that maybe you know which topic you're likely to be interested in. And you might get a head start. You might start ahead of your classmates in those electives because you will have studied those concepts with me already. Chances are your future job is somehow related to one of the topics covered. So I think you should spend time studying them. Chances are you will need the skills emphasized in this course in general. Presentation skills, writing skills, analytic skills. All of these skills are skills we are going to hopefully teach you or at least help you improve over the course of this course. That's it for this introduction to ECON 220W. One thing I want to mention is we will communicate with you on Canvas on a regular basis. We will post announcements on a weekly basis. So make sure you turn your notifications on and don't miss on anything we're gonna post. My first lecture is gonna happen next Monday, May the 17th. The first lecture with CPD is gonna be this Wednesday, May 12th. So have a good rest of your week and see you next week. Bye.